Have you ever pulled up next to a brand new pickup truck at a red light? Gleaming leather seats, massive wheels, and wondered how that person is affording it? Because here is the thing that most people never say out loud. The person driving that $70,000 pickup truck probably makes less money than you do. They are not secretly rich. They're not crypto millionaires. They are teachers, nurses, office workers, regular people who got trapped by a system designed to make impossible payments feel possible. And here is what nobody tells you. This system has been carefully engineered by an industry that makes billions of dollars every single year, keeping you inside it. This is Wealth Flip, and today I am going to show you exactly how that trap works and why understanding it could be worth $500,000 to your future. Let us start with the actual numbers, because when I tell people these numbers, they usually think I am making them up. The average new car payment in America has crossed $700 a month. $700. That is not for a luxury vehicle. That is the average for a regular new car purchased by a regular person. For pickup trucks and SUVs, which are now the default choice for most American buyers, payments routinely exceed $900 a month. Sometimes $1,200. $1,200 a month. That is more than most Americans pay for rent every single month for a vehicle that is losing value every single day. And yet,
85% of new cars in America are financed. 85%, which means the trap is working perfectly. So how are regular people affording these payments? The answer is most of them are not affording them at all. They are surviving them, and there is a massive difference. Here is how the trap is built. You walk into a dealership needing a car. The salesman is friendly, professional, and immediately asks you one question. What monthly payment works for you? Not, what is your total budget? Not, how much can you afford overall? Just the monthly payment. That single question is the entire trap. Because the moment you answer that question, your brain stops thinking about the total price of the car and starts thinking about whether you can manage $600 or $700 a month. And most people can technically manage it, so they say yes. Now the dealer has one job: make the monthly payment fit your answer. And the easiest way to do that is to stretch the loan as long as possible. Remember when car loans were 3 years? Maybe 4 if you really stretched it? Those days are completely gone. Today, car loans routinely stretch 6, 7, even 8 years into the future. Some lenders are now offering 10-year car loans. 10 years of payments on a vehicle that will be worth practically nothing by year 5. Here is what that does to the math. A $60,000 vehicle on a 4-year loan costs about $1,500 a month. Most people cannot manage that. But stretch that same loan to 8 years, and suddenly the payment drops to around $900 a month. The monthly number looks manageable, and that is exactly what the buyer focuses on. What nobody mentions is that by extending the loan from 4 years to 8 years, they will pay $14,000 extra just in interest. $14,000 for the privilege of having a lower monthly payment. And by year 5 of that 8-year loan, the vehicle will be worth significantly less than they still owe on it. This is called negative equity, and it is where the trap gets really dangerous. Because here is what happens next. After 3 or 4 years, they get tired of the car. They want something newer, so they go back to the dealership. But they still owe more than the car is worth. So what does the dealer do? They roll that negative equity into a brand new loan for an even more expensive vehicle. Now they are paying for a car they no longer own, while simultaneously taking on debt for a new one. Their loan balance keeps growing, even though they are making payments every month. This is the cycle. A financial hamster wheel where the faster you run, the further behind you get. And once you are in it, it is designed to be almost impossible to escape without writing a big check just to get out. But extended loan terms are only part of how this works. The second part is psychology. And this is where the industry is absolutely brilliant.
They are not selling you a car. They are selling you an identity. That vehicle commercial is not showing you transportation. It is showing you a lifestyle, a version of yourself that is successful, powerful, hardworking, and free. Your vehicle is not just how you get to work. It is proof of who you are. It says you work hard, you provide, you have made it. And when you are not just buying a vehicle, but buying into an identity, suddenly that $900 payment feels like an investment in yourself rather than a massive financial mistake. The automotive industry has spent decades and billions of dollars perfecting this psychological trigger. Walk into any dealership and notice they never talk about total cost of ownership or opportunity cost. Every rational objection you have, they have a scripted answer for it. Payment too high? Let us extend the term. Worried about depreciation? Trade it in for something newer in a few years anyway. The system is designed to eliminate every exit and keep you signing. Now let me show you the real numbers that most people never calculate before they sign. Someone buys a $55,000 vehicle, 7-year loan at 6% interest. Monthly payment works out to about $800 a month. Feels manageable. Total loan payments over 7 years, $67,000. Now add insurance. A vehicle this size costs about $250 a month to insure. Over 7 years, that is another $21,000. Add fuel. A large vehicle with a normal commute costs around $350 a month in fuel. Over 7 years, another $29,000. Add maintenance and repairs. Modern vehicles are complex machines. Over 7 years, conservatively, another $15,000. Total cost of that vehicle over 7 years, over $130,000. And at the end of those 7 years, the vehicle is worth around $15,000. They paid $130,000 for the privilege of driving a $15,000 vehicle. That is not transportation financing. That is wealth destruction with cup holders and heated seats. And here is the number that should genuinely keep you awake at night. If that same $800 a month had been invested in a simple index fund at 8% average return, after 7 years, they would have over $70,000. Not only would they have avoided the financial burden of the vehicle, they would have actually built real wealth instead of destroying it. For 20 years of investing that same amount, over $500,000 from one car payment. Now let me show you what wealthy people actually do with cars, because most people have this completely backwards. Wealthy people do not drive expensive cars to look rich. They drive boring, reliable cars to stay rich. The number one car driven by millionaires in America is not a BMW. It is not a Mercedes. It is a Toyota. A regular, reliable Toyota. Because millionaires understand something most people never figure out. A car is a tool. Not a trophy, not a status symbol. A tool that gets you from point A to point B as efficiently as possible. And every dollar you do not spend on an expensive car is a dollar that can be working for you in the market instead. Here is the actual move. Save up and buy a reliable used car in cash. A 3 to 5 year old car with reasonable mileage gives you 90% of the reliability at 50% of the price. No monthly payment, no interest, no negative equity cycle, no dealership owning 6 years of your income. Then take what would have been your car payment and invest it every single month instead. That single decision, buying used with cash instead of financing new, is worth hundreds of thousands of dollars to your future self. Now, if you already have a car payment, I hear you. Here is exactly what to do. Do not panic. Do not go back to the dealership and trade up for something newer. That is the single worst move you can make right now. Finish the loan. Keep the car when it is paid off. Cars are most valuable when they are fully paid and still running. And the moment that last payment clears, do not lifestyle inflate. Take that exact monthly amount and redirect it straight into investments. Do not go back to the dealership.
The car payment trap is not inevitable. It feels normal because everyone around you is in it. Because the average American spends more on transportation than on food. Because the industry has spent decades making this feel like just part of adult life. It is not part of adult life. It is a choice. And it is a choice you can stop making starting today. The next time you pull up next to that gleaming, expensive vehicle at a red light, remember, they are probably eating cereal for dinner to afford it.
And that reliable car in your driveway, or the reliable used car you are going to buy with cash, that is not a compromise. That is a wealth move. Drop in the comments right now. Do you have a car payment? And if this video changed how you think about cars, share it with one person who needs to hear this. I read every single comment. See you in the next one.